Hello everyone, this is the boy Newbin Prince and I'm back at you with another video. In this video I would like to address a subject, and it is confession. Is confession good for a relationship? Well, my answer that would be yes on both sides, the man's side and also the woman's side. And many people said, okay, confession to an extent is not cool. And yes, it might have elements of truth to that. But how about if you're in a relationship and you see that it's going somewhere, like, it got the duration is, it can go into the 5 year, 10 year lapse. And let's say, for example, you might date it like a woman, and maybe in the beginning of that relationship, she might ask a few choice questions. And one of the more favorite questions that a woman always asks at the beginning of a relationship or even of a dating is to say how much woman you've been with. And many of the time we pre-assume that when she said been with, she mean like it's like just relationships only. But most of the time I do believe, in my humble opinion, that they're hinting towards how many girls or women you have sex with. So you might say, well, in my career into the women's department, I just like slept with probably, you might say 5 women. So okay, you might forget about you gave her 5. But let's say over a duration of time you see where the relationship is getting better and stronger. So maybe it come a time where you might want to propose to her, you know what I mean? Because, you feel the need, like, okay, you need to express your love at another level, you know what I mean? Nothing wrong with that. But you're like, oh shit, I think I need to fess up with her, man, because, you know what I mean? God, I got so much skeleton in my closet, like R. Kelly said, you know what I mean? So you might say, honey, I got something to confess with you, man. You're like, okay, I'm hearing that. So you might like, yeah, I remember in the onslaught of a relationship, I said to you that I only slept with like 5 women, but I guess that number wasn't even correct, man. So it's okay, let me hear the number. You might say, well, it's 50 women. I mean, shit, that's a lot of numbers, you know what I mean? But like I said, it is called confession, you know what I mean? That's why they label confession. So the reason why you might want to confess that number is because you want to set a record straight. So when you decide to move forward, you don't want to be like having women coming out of the woodworks, like what happened with Tiger Woods. You know what I mean? Women coming from everywhere to say, yeah, I was with this guy. Especially if he was to end up being famous, or, you know what I mean, win the lottery or something happened to you. You don't want to have women popping from the woodwork. So you just confess, you know what I mean? That's just one point to the thing. A woman now, she might said, okay, you're the first guy. I've been with other guys in a relationship, but you're the first guy I've been with on a sexual level. The other guys, yes, you know what I mean, we might kiss, we might, you know what I mean, fondle the titties and all of that, but nothing sexual took place. So you say, okay, so you'd assume now you're the first to, you know what I mean, get the cherry, you know what I mean? So shit, that's good. That's good news. But she might come to you one day and say, honey, I got something to say to you, man. You're like, okay, what's up? Then she might says to you, you remember when I says to you, you're the only guy, you know what I mean, gonna get the cherry, or got them the cherry, because since, you know what I mean, you past that date by now. You'll be like, yeah. Well, I got a bit of news for you. You're like, oh shit, what happened? When I was younger, maybe, probably in a childhood, you know what I mean, who knows, I was raped or molested by someone. It could be someone from the family. It could be some close relatives. It could be friends of, you know what I mean, hers as well. Or it could be just random people on the street, pick her up into moving vehicle, take her, do sexual things with her. So that kind of mess up her entire mind frame. Because any woman who goes through like rape or any sexual molestation behind their consent, it kind of bother them, you know what I mean? So she wouldn't fess up with you, but maybe because of our like inability or our egoistic mind, we want to say, but boy, I thought you said I was the first guy. So now we're looking for our own self-gain now in this conversation, but it's confession, you know what I mean? So she's confessing to you, say, honey, this is what happened to me. I never mentioned this to no one yet in my life. My mother and my dad, siblings, no one know about this issue, not even exes in the past. So the reason I'm saying this to you, because I trust you more. And we see that, you know what I mean, over the years, over the month, we have developed that kind of friendship as well that go hand in hand with our relationship. So therefore, I find it necessary to confess with you. Sometimes us guys, we don't deal with that properly, you know what I mean? Either we run away from the woman, we call her probably bitches, we call her like, okay, you lied to me because you said, okay, you didn't sleep with another guy but me. You know what I mean? So not all the time we deal with confession in a mature sense of the word. So a lot of people sometimes feel afraid, feel shy to open up their heart and to express or to confess matters that like live deep within beneath the heart. You know what I mean? Because some people go through some situation in life where no one knows about it, whether the parents, friends, colleagues, you name it. No one knows about it under the person and the victim. You know what I mean? So in relationships sometimes there's no room for you to come out and like open up your heart and say XYZ, even if it's hurting you. Sometimes there's no platform for that kind of confession or that kind of revelation itself, because people these days in relationship where too close knit is like, if a one come out and say something, we either label them a liar, a cheater or something. So people are so scared to be labeled the wrong word or the wrong term. So most people kind of kept whatever the issue is inside, and sometimes people in a relationship hurt, frustrated, you know what I mean, resenting, all kind of thing. Even women in a relationship, sexual relationship, and sometimes, in the bedroom, and now she started to have withdrawal symptom even inside the bedroom, because many times she might have the flashback coming at her sometimes, and she does reject even her husband, reject even her boyfriend, and we be thinking like, are you seeing someone else? Because why you're not even like wanna, you know what I mean, for me to embrace you, or what's up with, you know what I mean, this withdrawing symptoms. And some of it have to do with issues from the past where, because we ain't cool enough for her to say to us, so it finds some kind of way to infiltrate into the relationship and kind of mess it up a little bit. But like I said, back to the point, I believe like confession is healthy for the relationship, but foremost we have to be conscious of what our partner is about us. So we can't be prejudgmental, we can't ready to like pull a gun at her head or his or her head, you know what I mean, because they got something to say, because all of what they want to confess, 90% of the time it got nothing to do with the current relationship. That's why it's mostly they call confession. It sometimes has to do with the first boyfriend or some, if it's like a rape case, it could be some family members or some other people which we didn't know about. So most of the time, guys or ladies, it got nothing to do with us, you know what I mean. Many times, even men sometimes could be sexually abused from a childhood days, you know what I mean, by even parents or by friends or some uncles or who knows, you know what I mean. So we have to leave that kind of platform open for people to come and bring in certain kind of skeleton and put it on the table, and we can address it and deal with it, you know what I mean. So if you feel what I'm saying right here is relevant, and you might go through the same situation where you're scared to come forward and tell your partner like whatever issues or confession you have, or even share with no one, you know what I mean, feel free to drop me a comment. And for those who, you know what I mean, relate to it on this level, feel free to drop me a comment as well. And please feel free to subscribe, and also feel free to thumb up as well. And have a good day. And like I said, this is the Nubian Prince back at you, and peace.